of people still asking me about hitchhiking and packing and gear and where to sleep and what to eat, how to cruise along, that sort of thing. People want to travel. People going for it. So I did have some video. I still have a video. You can probably look it up about just what I had in my backpack. And that was a little while ago. My gear's changed a little bit. Some things have come and gone. Doesn't matter. Every gear is different. Everybody's gear is different. So I'll just show you kind of what I have now and why I have it, what I use it for, and just sort of explain like a 3-day hitchhiking trip, what that's sort of like, and why you need the stuff that you need, or why I have the stuff that I need anyway. So I got this bag. This might be different than the last one I had. It's really good. It's light, but it's still big enough to carry all my stuff for sure. And the main things you need when you're hitchhiking like a distance is you need to be able to stay dry if it rains on you. You just got to be ready for the weather. Obviously, you got to sleep, and half the time with that, like, you get lucky and you're staying with somebody you know, a friend, a couch surfer, or someone you're hitchhiking with lets you crash on their couch or their friend's couch or in their mother's basement, in their trailer, whatever. But you gotta be prepared for that not to happen, because that's gonna be what happens the other half the time. So you want to be dry, you want to be able to sleep anywhere, and you want to stay fed while you're on the go. So let's start with the sleeping deal. So you're cruising along and someone drops you off in the middle of the night, or they drop you off and before sunset, and you're just waiting a couple hours and you're not getting a ride, and it gets dark. And sometimes I stand under a street light and I just say, screw it, I just really want to keep moving, or it's early, I just want to keep going. So depending on where I'm at, I'll do something different. Sometimes if I'm at a truck stop, I'll just go into the truck stop, and if I've got a couple bucks, I'll get a coffee and just kind of hang out. And that's good because it's coffee and it tastes good and it wakes you up. If you're into coffee, you can get tea, whatever. But what happens is sometimes people see you with your backpack and they'll walk up to you and be like, hey, what are you doing? You'd be like, oh, I don't know, drinking a beer. Oh, you could drink a beer too, you can go to a bar. I'm in Indiana. This is a Upland Brewery, Bad Elmer's Porter. It's pretty good. So yeah, people might walk up to you, approach you, ask you what your backpack's all about, and they may be a trucker who can give you a ride, or they may be someone who's going somewhere else that's awesome, or they can just give you a good conversation, or they can offer you a place to stay. I've had it happen tons of times. So that's one thing you can do if you're close to something, where you can go do that. But if you're in the middle of nowhere, it's dark, you're tired, it's too dark to get rides, you have a sleeping bag. Or you have a big blanket. Whatever. Just something to keep warm, you know? I've got a sleeping bag. And I usually, yeah, I don't know where the case is right now. I just scattered everything everywhere. But, you know, it's in a stuff sack, and I put that on the bottom of my backpack. And if you look up any backpacking videos or read up, that's what a lot of people do. They put it on the bottom. It's just more comfortable. Something to do with weight, too. I'm sure it's something better than my explanation, but it makes sense. So, got that, and the other thing is you want to stay dry through all of this, while you're walking, while you're camping, obviously. So, pack cover. This comes in handy. It just covers your pack, and this could be a garbage bag, or a tarp, whatever. So anything to cover your back so all your clothes and stuff stay dry. And then it's good to have like a rain jacket sort of deal, you know. Now you're dry, mostly. And I know some people have rain pants, but my pants never really get that wet. Like, unless it's a crazy downpour, I don't know, you sort of put your hands in your pockets and like, you can do one of these, and if you're standing up, your pants don't really get wet. It's not a big deal. If you're doing some serious hiking, then that's different. Like, because you might be walking through wet grass, and then, yeah, that could get wet, but nah, I say screw it. Oh yeah, and then I've got a bivy sack. I think in the last video I still had my military Gore-Tex bivy sack, which was awesome. I used it for 5 years of travel, and it worked great. I have this new one, and it's pretty good too. It's definitely got its benefits. I'll try to flash in a clip of this all built up with the poles in it. This one's got poles, it's kind of fancy. Well, you see it now. And it's not as durable, but I think it's mentally not as durable maybe, because it hasn't actually punctured yet. It just feels a little more flimsy. And I also like the military one a little bit better because there's just no problems. You just throw it down and shove your sleeping bag in and you're done. Like, there's no setting up poles. This one even has like a couple stakes that you don't always have to use, but they make it better. It's just easier with the other one. But you could also just have a tarp, you know? You could have a tarp and just throw that over yourself, or you could set it up in a tree with a little string, and you could use that same tarp as your pack cover just to keep your stuff dry while you're walking. Yeah, another thing people ask me with the bivy sack is what do I do with my backpack, and actually I just put my pack cover over my backpack next to me, and it stays dry. And the thing people ask next is, aren't you worried about it getting stolen? And the answer is no, because the only places I camp, I'm really away from people. I'm typically camping in places where people have not been in a long time or will not go, like on the freeway almost. Like sometimes I've slept in the middle of like the north, south, east, west in that median thing. If there's like enough trees, or some of them are big, some of them like 1/8 of a mile long, some are just, 10 feet. But even off to the side of the freeway, there's oftentimes woods if you're not right up in a city. And you'll get an eye for it. You'll start to find these places, and I've seen cities like San Diego and Santa Monica where there's actual areas where there's a lot of people camping, like homeless or otherwise. They're just like on the street in vestibules. I never do that. I just don't like to be out in the open. I don't want there to be any chance of, I don't know, being hassled by police or being seen by someone. I just want to sleep as well. So tuck away as best as you can, unless you don't care. Then just, sleep on the sidewalk as long as you feel like it's legal enough or accepted enough, and you'll be good. Warmth. Yeah, you want to stay warm. As far as clothes go, like I keep all my clothes like right here in this top thing. It's called a brain in most backpacks. And I've got like, this is a t-shirt. I just roll them up like this. It's just a habit. It might be better or not. I tuck them in there. Got a few t-shirts. I got a couple long sleeve shirts. I might even have more shirts than I need really at the moment. I've got a few pairs of socks. These are smart wool. If you can get them. If you just have regular socks, that's cool. I don't even wear them in the summer. Let's see. I got one pair of shorts, which is good. This is my bathing suit too. There's no reason to have a bathing suit and shorts. I don't think. Unless you can get away with a Speedo, or if you're wearing a bikini or something, because then that stuff's tiny. It doesn't take up any space. Might as well. I've got the sweatshirt. I don't have a winter jacket. I don't recommend a winter jacket, because I did in the beginning, and it's just big, It takes up a lot of space. You're always tossing to the side. You'll go months. If it's summertime, you might be on one of those endless summer sort of tours where you're just like going country to country where, you're like, why do I have this jacket? It's dumb. Just have a sweatshirt, and then you can just layer up. So like my warmest configuration, I guess, is like one of my long sleeve shirts, a t-shirt on top of that, this guy, and then I'll even put this windbreaker thing on top. Windbreaker, water jacket, and it's pretty warm, especially if you're walking. And, I don't know, you should be walking if it's cold. Food. So, food's the other key. Food and water. Because if you're in the middle of nowhere, you gotta have something. Even if you're traveling with, a ton of money, or if you're traveling with a little bit of money, it's useless if you're just out in the desert somewhere you got dropped off. You can't really eat it that well. So, obviously good to have water. I've got a water filter. Where's that guy? Right here. This is the smallest water filter I've been able to find. They make those little straws, but you know, you can't. Once you leave your water source, you're done. This one just works by, it doesn't work with this bottle, but most bottles you can screw it right on top and just drink straight like that, and it's good to go. It also came with these little bags, which roll up to almost nothing. Yep, and screws on top of there. So you can fill this bag up, screw this guy on top, and then you can either drink straight from the bag or you can pour it into a bottle like this, just squeeze it in. So I think it says squeeze on it. This is made by Sawyer, if you're interested. It's pretty good. So, try to have a little bit of water on you. Always fill it up at gas stations and stuff if you can. It's going to be pretty rare that you actually run into dire straits with water if you're hitchhiking around America, for example. There's water everywhere. There's always gas stations. But, yeah, if you're like me, you like to go camping every once in a while. I try to stay in a constant state of being able to do anything. So, if someone picks me up hitchhiking and they're like, yeah, I'm going to this trailhead and I'm going camping for 3 days, I like to say, yes, I can join you. I have the water, the gear, and the food to do that. Which brings me to food. Yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere. You gotta have something to eat. I usually do have like rice and stuff, so I can just cook that up if I'm at someone's place or whatever. Anywhere with a way to cook it. But peanut butter is cool, because you can just have a spoonful of this in the middle of anywhere. Throw it on some bread. You know what peanut butter is. I've got granola bars. Good stash of that. I go to Taco Bell and just grab up all their hot sauce packets. That's a good call. Because that'll flavor up anything. Your rice, for example. So, I don't know. I think I typically have maybe 3 days worth of food. If I were just to be out in the middle of nowhere just eating that, maybe more. Ration it pretty well. And that makes me happy. I've got a couple hats. This one's got a brim. I don't wear it, so I'm getting skin cancer, I'm sure. But if you don't want skin cancer, you can put a hat on and keep that stuff out of your eyes. I've got a little beanie hat. Yeah. That's just to stay warm in the winter. That's a good thing. You know, a lot of this is just basic kind of camping stuff. But, this is more of like a lifetime travel sort of thing, I guess. Other than that, I've got this guy. And I traveled more than 5 years without this, but a new friend of mine just gave this to me. It's just a thermarest. And both nights after he gave it to me, I was hitchhiking from Quincy, California to, I don't know, I guess Boise. And both nights I got caught out in the real cold, and this was really comfortable, and I was really warm, and I was really grateful, because it would have been really chilly. But it's just extra bulk, you know. If you can get along without it, I did. Good to go. If you don't mind it, grab one, because they are pretty sweet. They are really sweet. Other than that, take another sip of beer here. Contemplate life. Got this little camping towel. This is good to have, whether you're going to lakes, rivers, or couch surfing. Be welcoming. Hospitality clubbing. Trippity hopping. Staying with people. Not everyone has a towel. Most places you go, friends and stuff, they'll have an extra towel for you, but if they don't, this is awesome. And it packs up to, you know, nothing. I've got a pocket knife. This is more of a camping dealie. I'm just getting into random crap here. It's got a corkscrew. You can open wine. I mean, that's basically all you need. Everything I've shown you to hitchhike. But, yeah, I don't know, a little bonus thing. I've got this. It's just a little day pack. Day pack's good to have, of course. Just something. I haven't used this Chico bag for a while. Just anything, so when you're staying with somebody and you just want to go to the coffee shop or in town or cruise around, you don't have to lug your whole life around. It's pretty straightforward. I've got a laptop, which is good. If you're not doing like a lot of writing and you're not doing a bunch of programming, you can get away with a smartphone, really. Like a good smartphone, just have that. Because you're going to run into computers enough, depending on where you're traveling. But when I was, anywhere really, I don't know, the only time I use it is when I really got to write or if I'm hanging out, just because I have it. But the smartphone, I'm like looking at it right now, it's my camera, and it's decent enough to take this video. So, you can have that, your maps, your internet, setting up couch surfing stuff on the fly. Plenty of times I've been in the car and someone, like just this summer, I was going to New York, and I got a ride from wherever I was, and the guy was going to Louisville. We were still 4 hours away, and I knew it would be dark by the time we got there. So I got on my phone and I got on couch surfing and I posted in the group, which they don't always like, but people are usually cool. There's sometimes like a last minute group on couch surfing. Just check it out. Every city is different, whether they let you post in the main group or if they have a subgroup for last minute couches. But I got on there and I said, hey, I'm hitchhiking through. I'm going to be in Louisville tonight. I don't think I'm going to get any further. Can anyone host me? And sure enough, this awesome laughter yoga instructor said, yes, you can stay with me. And instead of just trying to find a place in Louisville, like some trees like I was talking about, I went and drank a bunch of beers and met some cool people, one of which I'm staying with here in Bloomington, actually. She was another couch surfer there. So there you go, that all connected. So, yeah, smartphone, it's good to have. You don't need it, but saves you space, time, effort. And if you're going to have a camera anyway, might as well have one, even if it's not connected, because you can still jump into anywhere with Wi-Fi and still check your email, save you money on, places that charge you for internet, that sort of thing. So that's about it. I'll take another sip of beer to see if anything else comes to mind. Got some long underwear. This is pretty awesome. If you can get your hands on some long underwear, it's pretty sweet. I mean, as far as like leg clothing, I've got this pair of jeans that I'm wearing, this long underwear, and my shorts / bathing suit. So usually wear that stuff when it's really cold or when I'm doing laundry. Oftentimes friends, family, couch surfers have a laundry machine, and that's when you can do laundry. And it's good to have something to wear while you're doing that. But even if that stuff's dirty, somebody's always got an extra pair of shorts for you, so not that big a deal. Yeah, hitchhiking's fun. Maybe you hitchhike, maybe you don't. Maybe you hop some trains. I've been thinking about getting into that. You just hop in your car and go, or grab a bus ticket. A lot of this stuff will still apply. Good times.